You sounded a little frazzled.
Back to Frisco in the morning, but I got your call. You sounded a little frazzled.
You sounded a little frazzled.
I'm gonna go put these in water. George.
I'm gonna go put this in water.
Why don't you have a seat, and I'll be right back.
Why don't you have a seat? I'll be right back. Why don't you have a seat? Why don't you have a seat? I'll be right back. Why don't you have a seat? 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 I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Why don't you have a seat, and I'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
Actually, thanks, but I think I'm just gonna hang out.
I'm just going to hang out here. But thanks, but I'm just going to hang out here.
Actually, thanks, but I think I'm just gonna hang out.
I'm just going to get out.
Well, maybe in a week when she gets back from Orlando.
A week? That's like a year in hot girl time. Mark my words, you will never see that one again.
You will never see that one again.
Mark my words, you will never see that one again.
You will never see that one again. You will never see that one again. You will never see that one again. You will never see the one again. You will never see the one again.
Mark my words, you will never see that one again.
아이고야.
I'm just gonna say it. He needs to be checked by a specialist.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm just gonna say it. He needs to be checked by a specialist.
I'm just gonna say it. 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 I'm not the easiest guy to work with. I'm not the easiest guy I work with. I'm not the easiest guy to work with.
I get that there are moments, small moments, infrequent moments where I'm not the easiest guy to work with, but who the hell is?
I'm not the easiest guy to work with.
I firmly believe we can only achieve greatness.
Oleg is gonna kick me out.
If first we achieve goodness.
Oleg is gonna kick me out.
Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out. Oleg is gonna kick me out.
I'm gonna go put these in water. George.
Why don't you have a seat? I'll be right back. Why don't you have a seat? 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 I'll be right back.
Why don't you have a seat, and I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it.
I'm just gonna say it.
Record a sickling glimpse into a future. Record a sickling glimpse into a future. Record a sickling glimpse into a future.
Constant care echoed in her head. Bree caught a sickening glimpse into her future.
I'm sort of in the middle of something. I'm sort of in the middle of something. I'm sort of in the middle of something. I'm sort of in the middle of something.
Both in, but I was sort of in the middle of something.
I was sort of in the middle of something. I was sort of in the middle of something. I was sort of in the middle of something.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the day that I get to put you in a nursing home.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Andrew, but my plan is to have an embolism and to die young.
Yeah, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky. You might not be so lucky. We're all rooting for you. Oh, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky.
Yeah, well, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky.
Yeah, we're all rooting for you, but you might not be so lucky. I was kind of supposed to be headed for Aruba for my wedding, honeymoon.
Well, I was kind of supposed to be headed for Aruba on my honeymoon, so nothing.
Well, I was supposed to be headed for Aruba, but Aruba on my honeymoon, but nothing. I was kind of headed for. I was kind of supposed to be headed for Aruba. I was kind of supposed to be headed for Aruba on my honeymoon, but nothing.
All of a sudden, the phone starts to ring.
So I don't know what to do. Everybody start to look at me. So I don't know what to do. Everybody start to look at me.
Now I don't know what to do. Everybody starts looking at me.
You're the only person I knew who lived here in the city.
Oh, I hope there wouldn't be an issue. I hope there wouldn't be an issue. I hope there wouldn't be an issue.
Who wasn't invited to the wedding?
Oh, I was kind of hoping that wouldn't be an issue.
Marshall. Hi. Yes, I do.
So what are you doing in Dutchess County?
Oh, wait. I'm gonna get you. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you.
Okay, well, hang on. I'm coming to get you.
I'm coming to get you.
Plus, Marshall's found the love of his life. Even if I was ready, which I'm not.
I was something like it from the movie. It wasn't like a something. It wasn't like just something from the movie. It was something like it from the movie.
It was like something from an old movie with.
It's my birthday, and you're telling me I'm not the one for you?
It's really not such a big deal. It's really not such a big deal.
It's really not such a big deal. I mean, it's the
really not
odds.
such a big deal. It's supposed to be incredibly exclusive. It was supposed to be incredibly exclusive. It was supposed to be incredibly exclusive.
It's supposed to be incredibly exclusive.
It's supposed to be incredibly exclusive. Incredibly exclusive.
What do you think?
I can't believe you're still not wearing a suit.
She didn't even give me the signal. She didn't even give me the signal. She didn't even give me the signal. She didn't even give me the signal.
She didn't even give me the signal.
What, is
She
she
didn't
gonna
even
she gonna
say
bat her eyes at you and
Oh, it is on! It is on till the break of dawn.
Yo, wait. It's only the break of 10:30. What happened? It's only the break of 10:30. It's only the break of 10:30. What happened?
Wait, it's only the break at 10:30. What happened?
He tripped him, Jay. What is the penalty?
Gloria, they're 0-6. Let's take it down a notch. Let's take it down a notch.
Gloria, they're 0-6. Let's take it down a notch. Gloria, they're 0-6. Let's take it down a notch. Gloria, they're 0-6. Let's take it down a notch.
Let's take it down a notch.
Tie rack. All right, I'm gonna give the speech. You are not
You're
giving
not
the speech.
giving the speech. We're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours. You're not giving the speech. We're gonna be stuck with these people. We're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours. For the next 5 hours.
You're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours.
We're gonna be stuck with these people for the next 5 hours.
Good. Thank you. With the right EP, he'll do great at 10.
I think so too, and I know how much he appreciates your lobbying hard for him. He really looks up to you.
I know how much he appreciates your loving heart. Your You're loving hard for him. He really looks up to you. He really looks up to you.
Charlie Skinner needs to see you in his office.
As soon as you come in. As soon as you come in. As soon as you come in.
No.
He said as soon as you come in.
It said as soon as
You're
come
Ellen?
in. Mr. Will McAvoy had just stepped into my office, so I need to walk him through this. Mr. Will McAvoy had just stepped into my office. Had just stepped into my office. Mr. Will McAvoy had just stepped into my office. Had just stepped it into my office. Mr. Will McAvoy had just stepped into my office. So I need to walk him through this.
Henry wants me to make sure you know that.
Mr. Will McAvoy has just stepped into my office, so I need to walk him through this.
Stepped it in my office. 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 Mr. Will McAvoy had just stepped it in my office. Had just stepped it in my office. Had just stepped into my office. Had just stepped it in my office. Mr. Will McAvoy had just stepped it in my office. But most importantly, we're making the world a better place. But most importantly, we're making the world a better place.
But most importantly,
We're making the
world a better place.
We're making the world a better place. I don't think it would be the worst case if they let me go. I don't think it would be the worst thing. I don't think it would be the worst thing if they let me go. I don't think it would be the worst thing if they let me go.
I don't think it would be the worst thing if they let me go.
I don't think it would be the worst thing if they let me go. Alright, was there anything you wanted to add to the agenda? Alright, was there anything you wanted to add to the agenda?
Alright, was there anything you wanted to add to the agenda?
Right here. 3 shooters. High five. Oh, Pam. It's a guy thing, Pam.
Oh, Pam, it's guy thing, Pam. Oh, I'm sort of a student comedy. I'm sort of a student comedy. I'm sort of a student comedy. I'm sort of student comedy.
I'm sort of a student of comedy.
I'm sort of a student comedy.
Why don't you have a seat, and I'll be right back.
I'm sort of student comedy. 20개.